Hello. Welcome to another live stream. This will be the final live stream for this project. We have finished mostly everything. So today this will be a recap live stream, more or less. We're gonna go over the few things that I have worked on in these past week and a half. I was re-rendering some parts of the set that I've noticed that I had some issues and errors, and well, it took time to render these things out, but we are in the finish line. I will show you here. These are in Blender that I currently have open. These are just some other camera angles that I thought were interesting and that they could be nice to add some different angles, that the lighting is interesting as well in that way, both on the character and the environment, that I might use just as still renders. I don't think that I will be rendering out the full animation, or at least not now, because I would like to continue on with a different project. But until then, let me see here. So I have it open, the player. I will show you here. There is a little flicker going on in the final animation that I rendered out from in the final moth file, but I just need to re-render that one out. So this scene here now has the compositing added to it. It is fully composited. I go here to transform and okay. So this should make it fully visible. Or maybe if I play it with, it's not going to, it's lagging because I have a lot of things open at the moment. So let me add here another, where is it? Another window capture. There we go. Let's transform. Okay, fit the screen. Okay, so now I will let the animation, let me just put here a loop. We can loop a few more times. This is now the final animation. You might notice the little flicker that I mentioned there at the end. That, well, I just need to re-render those few frames at the end there. And yeah, this is the final look that I've decided to go with. I'm not sure if I will do maybe a bit of color grade, or I might just leave it at that because I color corrected some things and some issues that I found. And all in all, it's looking quite nice. So we have going on. We have the volumetrics in the back as well. And all in all, the scene is looking quite integrated, and the character itself as well. So yeah, this is the animation. This is the final look of the sequence that I've been working on for the past, well, it's been more than a month, I think, but obviously not. I haven't worked on it every day since it was more of a personal project, and I worked on it on and off during the streams, and then as well in the off stream hours. I've worked on it, doing different tests, different things to optimize the scene, and yeah, in general, just playing around with everything that the scene had to offer, both from the material side to the shading, to the lighting, and yeah, all in all. So here I'm gonna jump back. Before I jump back to Blender, I'm gonna quickly showcase here the file inside of Fusion. So the overall composition is looking like this. So there are things that are not being used. That I was doing some tests here. I've labeled the things just for the sake of, even though it's a simple setup, I'm just used to always naming things, so it's easier to navigate the scene. So here's the set layer. Oops, I picked up the volume there. So here's the set layer. They're getting the nodes are getting merged together. I've been testing out the remove noise function here inside of Fusion, which is okay. I guess it's not the best, but it helps to reduce the noise a bit. I did some color corrections here, and on some specific elements as well on the scene. After that, we go to the volume that is going over the whole background. So let's say I turn this off. I'm gonna be able to see that the volume is now missing. So this is the volume here. Then we have depth of blur going on, and after that we are adding the character on top. Here we are using some masks here to mask the character from the background as well. And then after that we are adding a mist pass that is adding a bit more depth to the scene, so you can see, and it's a bit tinted more towards a bluish violet color. And here I was testing some more defocused things off, which are not gonna be used in the end. The vector motion blur, only a tiny bit of glow, added an extra film grain to the scene, a vignette, some more brightness and contrast, the last color correct node, and here I have a paint layer because there was some protrusion going on inside on the animation itself. So just fixing those frames so it's not visible and it's not popping in the scene. And yeah, that will be it for the overall composition, for the overall scene. Yeah, I think it turned out quite integrated, quite nice. The other thing now that I can use is use this setup for that I already started doing the nighttime lighting version, so to say, that I will probably do and light in off-stream hours, because it's going to be more or less a similar process, and I just need to change more or less the lighting that is going on there and re-render it. And I'm gonna jump back to Blender now, and I'm going to play a bit more here with these different shots that I have set up for the different camera angles that I have set up here. And just looking at my OBS here, seeing the window doing some crazy jittering. Hopefully it's fine. And let me see here. So just I would like to add here a bit of a fill light from this side. I'm gonna do here a full copy of this scene, just so that I have the original scene untouched of the set dressing, because here the lighting is was done, and here I just need to turn on the character again. So there we go. I'm gonna name this very thing. Everything 0.2, and we're just gonna go here and we can turn on the lighting here of the character. Let's see actually what the lighting is going to do if I turn on the lighting of the character. Let me see here. Why is it not visible in the mirror? Interesting. Interesting. We are not seeing the shoe in the reflection. Although it should be working just fine. Let me see here if I can add here. We have a key. We have we can use more or less the same lighting, but just have it a bit closer. So that the character is not super dark. Have the rim doing its thing here, which is fine. I'm not Not exactly sure what is causing this to happen. Because when I move the shoe, it's visible. Glossy? Is it because of this? Yes. It's because of this. Okay. So there we go. Should have the shoe visible in the reflection as well. And here in this shot, it would be nice to see the environment there. Not seeing it though. This is weird as well. Why don't we see it? Is it, I was gonna say camera because of these array visibility settings, but it's looking like it's not there. Well, we can add a separate image texture to have there as a backdrop in comp as well. It's possible, or just in Photoshop add some backdrop there. Or we could do the thing that they have here in the movie, what they did here. Just need a moment to open it up here, which is like they did here in the interior. We could add literally a piece of paper and just close it off like a lazy solution. Since I already as well have the the paper material set up, so it should be quite easy to do so. Look for the, is it the screen paper? I believe so. We have this one, and we can remove the shadow, so we're still gonna receive the light coming from the outside in this way, and we can have this thing going on in that case. So that we avoid, because we could do something like this as well here. Add some HDR, or so just some image there in the backdrop. So since I'm rendering as well with transparency, we can just leave it like this as well without any problems. Just lower it a bit. It's strong. This could be then one shot. It's looking okay. Then the other one, here are the cameras. Let's go here. Let's go here to this one. Set frame 1, or we can go here. Let's try frame 20, 28. There, he's already turning, so maybe a bit earlier, or we can catch his facial expression a bit better. So maybe something like here. We can go a bit further. And we have a field quite far in the back. So let's move it here to his head. Something like this can work fine. I'm not sure if I would actually mess around here a bit with the lighting as well. I believe this one here. Since I'm going to be changing things, Going to keyframe it here so that it goes back to normal. I think this could work just fine. Let's try rendering out the frame here, just to see how it looks in higher definition, in higher resolution. It shouldn't take too long to render. So the things that I'm doing now, doing these renders, they're just gonna be a follow-up for the overall animation, to have some extra still images to look at as well. It's not rendering. Not rendering what it's supposed to render. So I'm gonna change these settings up here, just so I don't accidentally mess up any of the things that I've rendered out already. And let's see here. We're gonna turn on the denoiser. Let's go to 64 samples, and these things to 12, 6, something like this. Just so I believe we should get a faster render. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Let's go ahead and try it one more time here. I'll switch to the render view mode. Where is it? Image, right? It's this one. So yeah, this one should be done in 1 minute, because the other one was showing 1 hour, just because of the higher settings and the resolution and whatnot. So this one is just to preview. Yeah, looking good all in all. The frame is going to work just fine. Let's wait for the denoiser to see how it's going to look with the denoiser on. It's only 64 samples. I mean, you can tell that it definitely smoothed out some of the other parts of the scene, but not too bad all in all. So we're gonna have this one that is okay. We have this one that is the frame with the mirror, and then we're gonna have here a bit more of an action shot. Let's check it out. Have the depth of field quite far. Let's position it here so that the hand gets out of focus. Something like this should work. Because there is some sort of clipping going on here that I want to hide. Yeah, there's some clipping going on with the shirt. So if we defocus the hand, it shouldn't be so obvious as well. Yeah, this one is as well okay. And we have this camera as well here. So yeah, these are some of the shots that I will be using as an extra for or have a follow-up of the overall of the animation. And then I would like to see if I might even do some extra renders of the environment. Like maybe let's see. Let's see, maybe one or two more extra shots that is not just the character. Some parts where I've worked on the materials that might look interesting. So the lighting got messed up here because of the duplicating of the scene, which is a shame that it got messed up here. No, we don't want to focus on this. We want to focus on the mannequin. We can have this as an extra shot, and then we can duplicate the camera or have another shot here that we can, let's see, or we can maybe go to maybe a top-down shot. I don't know if this one could look somewhat interesting. Maybe it could work. So I'm lowering here the viewport pixel size to just to render 25% and texture limit as well, so that just goes a bit faster as well. 0.5. Can have this to 16. Leave it super low. Or even 1 could work because it's denoising anyways. Have this in focus, and what I wanted to do here, I wanted to turn on these lights here as well, just to see a bit more here in this part. Something like this could work. We can see a bit of the environment here as well. Okay, the volume is definitely killing it. We're not gonna use the volume here. Let's leave this one off for this here. And since right now I'm rendering and I'm just looking at some interesting frames, I don't care about how the lighting is going to affect other parts of the scene here. I'm just looking how it's going to look in these specific settings. I mean, something like this could work as well, where the lighting is coming more from the top. Would be better, just to avoid these harsh shadows coming from the sword onto the wall here. And maybe we can extend it like so. So something like so could work. We can do a quick render. Let's put this into the slot too. Just so I'm interested in seeing the specular, how it's going to look, the reflections of the sword itself. And we're gonna be nearing as well now the 1 hour mark, and I'm gonna most likely keep it at that for now, just to keep the stream short, even though 1 hour is already quite a bit. It's definitely a lot of bump here. take a bit more. Surprised it's actually saying 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm sorry, 5 minutes. Well, let's wait a bit then. Should continue to render, yeah. So this can be an extra shot here, and that will be it, I think. One for the table here, this part is nice. One for where we see the character inside of the mirror. One from here, and then one with the action shot. I think this should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots extra. It's nice. I think this will conclude it. This will work just fine. And yeah, I'm gonna render these things out off stream and do some tweaks to the shots, maybe some basic compositing to make them pop a bit, and then I might do at some point a regular YouTube video, not in this format that I've been doing so far, just live streams, and it's going to be just a time lapse, I think, of the videos of the work that I've done from start to finish, and maybe I can maybe talk over a bit over the project, what has been done, what was the thought process behind the initial idea, and the decisions and choices, and how I was developing the overall look and changing up the materials and the shaders and so on until the final result. But that will be done at a later point. I would like to start as well a new series, a new project that is something completely different, something more abstract, and something more in terms of simulations. So let's see how that one goes. Okay, it's maybe a bit too low res to focus so much on the sword. Might need to do some shenanigans here to make it work, or just skip it in that way. The scene works fine for where we are with the main camera, which is a bit further away. So I've stopped the render here, and yeah. Here I'm gonna play here the animation, the first one. Okay, so this was the first animation. The first, I mean, the first pass on the scene. It had the different lights on, and I was doing some tests here and there. Then we can, here we already started to get some volume in, some more depth to the scene, and it already started looking more closer to the finished animation with the motion blur and everything, and some flickers here on the end. And then we had another version that had some things a bit over, how do you say, bit overused, some values, some effects, some things, just to see how it's going to look. And then we finished up the final compositing and final look of the scene like this. The only thing here, as I said, that I have left is to re-render these last few frames to fix this pop in here, and that will be it for this project. I will most likely post it on social media as well in these next few days, and then I'm gonna continue to live stream as well the next project. And yeah, thanks everyone who tuned in, stopped by, and hope you've enjoyed the journey of this project. And hit the like button and subscribe if you, or write in the comments if you would like to see more of this sort of content. And yeah, that will be it from me. Thank you and have a good one. Bye bye.